Hi, I'm Paul Diego Holzer, the Executive Director of Achieve Hartford, the backbone organization for Hartford's All In Coalition. You know, some of you may not know that Achieve Hartford's sole programmatic focus is supporting the All In Coalition, an effort that formed 3 years ago with the belief that, yes, of course, the entire education system needs to change, but we can move the needle if we focus on making one part of that system much more higher functioning. And for the steering committee, the piece to focus on was the private sector. You know, the private sector often complains about tons of inefficiencies or folks operating in silos. But I wonder, you know, what if we as a private sector operated in a coordinated fashion? Nonprofits, corporations, philanthropy, higher ed, all just looked at ourselves and said, how do we operate in a way that's high functioning? What if we took the resources we already have and attempted to reach more kids or be more effective with the ones we serve? You know, and it's with that context that the coalition developed two pretty bold goals to guide the work of college and career readiness in Hartford. To increase by 10% the number of students who enroll in post-secondary education by 2025, and to effectively double the number of Hartford Public School students who complete a degree or credential by that same time. And to do it without hundreds of thousands of new dollars being dropped on the private sector. You know, so far the coalition has achieved some pretty strong collaborative work. You know, 4 different action teams have been launched, 2 professional networks have also been launched, and you can learn about those on the website. But coming up on 2020, the steering committee really wants us to think much bigger and bite off a little bit more. Why? Because for too many students, the needle is just not moving when it comes to post-secondary success. And because we can break down a lot of the silos that we experience ourselves and become much more efficient, more innovative, and more effective. Other cities have done this. We can do it too. So on behalf of the All In Coalition Steering Committee, we invite you to join us on October 8th for the entire morning for the 3rd annual All In Stakeholder Caucus. You'll be asked to bring your expertise and your willingness to collaborate to identify some game-changing solutions to some of our biggest challenges. After the event, those ideas and those who want to continue pushing them will have the opportunity to put together proposals that the steering committee will fund. And we, as in Achieve Hartford staff, will support you along the way. The amount of seed funding and the details for what's going to make a good proposal are all forthcoming in an email next week and in another email the week after. But for right now, we just want you to save the date and consider joining us and your colleagues in the private sector in figuring out ways in which we can improve ourselves. For those who do, we thank you for answering the call to lead. For some reading material, we ask you to click the links below to learn about not only what the All In Coalition is and the event flyer, but also to take a look at how we look at the 5 categories of student needs that we think every Hartford student needs to address or needs to have addressed in order to become college and career ready to enroll and to complete a post-secondary degree or credential. Thanks so much. We'll see you next week.